like Alexis here killing it. Thank you. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. You find me.
Are you still in?
Oh,
No, I'm out. I know.
Okay. We'll do rock.
Son of a-
Vinny's doing good. Vinny's doing good. Whoa, Nick. Nice. What are you doing? Throwing a bunch of rocks?
Oh, you're
What's going on?
You got two, right?
Yeah,
oh, you're right. Okay, is it Shapita versus Nick?
Yeah.
No, you too. Oh, okay. No, come on up here.
Yeah, go to the front.
Yeah, come on up. Okay, for the victory. All right, so all right, so okay, so what's your name?
Nick.
This is Nick, everybody, and this is Shapita. Okay. And Nick just is finishing his fast start contest, and Shapita just got started. She's been crushing people with mind games. He's been throwing a lot of. I've been seeing how he's playing. Let's see how this ends up here. Okay, so winner is T. Carver.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, are
No
you doing it like
pressure.
on scissors or on shoot?
On shoot.
Okay. You do shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You got it.
That's
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
See? Oh, it's one.
Rock, paper.
Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh. Victory?
Oh. Let's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
2 out of 5. 2 out of 5.
All right, give him a round of applause. Congratulations. Yes, you got it. Congratulations. You can sleep behind me.
Thank you.
Okay, so what was the best strategy? Was it
He just looks at like the person's neck.
No, this guy's a scissor man.
scissor?
Stare into their soul.
Literally, that's what he does.
That's a good thing for
We saw
balance.
more
Okay,
than them
great.
last week.
All right, so let's look into their soul. Important points there. All right, so good job to you, Nick. Sell that thing for cash or give it for whatever you want with it. It doesn't matter to me. But I want to welcome everybody to the team meeting tonight. It is going to battle week. It is challenge week. And I want to welcome people for their first meeting, if this is your first event you've ever been to. And we have some big things in store these next handful of weeks. So tonight there's going to be a lot of information. So if you guys want to pull out something for notes for tonight, it will be helpful for you because I'm going to cover dates. I'm going to cover contest stuff. I'm going to talk about challenge week. I'm going to talk about upcoming events. I'm going to talk about why it's worth your time to go for it for challenge week, especially those of you guys that had just finished contest. Those of you that are in contest right now get the benefit of double dipping if you're in your fast start contest currently right now. And we're going to be getting an opportunity to go to battle against basically everybody else in the division. And we get to start our march for a great summertime. So I wanted to kick off the team meeting tonight with a quote that I like. And it says, the strongest people are not those that show strength in front of us, but those that win battles we know nothing about. And I like that quote for a couple different reasons. You guys all know who Muhammad Ali is, of course, right? And he was, I'll butcher his quote, but he was famous for saying something to the effect that people win championships basically not for what you do in the ring, but it's for what you do before that time, right? All the training that you do before you go under the light, before those go on, before you're in front of the crowds, that's when the battles are won. And a lot of the strongest people that you guys know in your life are not necessarily outwardly portraying it all the time, but they've become strong by going through lots and tons of experiences, right? So there's a lot of experiences you can have in this job. There's challenging appointments. There's amazing appointments you can do. And then I imagine everybody in this room has probably a story, right, of things that you've gone through in life, challenges that you've overcome. Some of the things that you guys wrote on here were like, they were some challenging things that you've accomplished so far in life, and we can rest on those experiences, but we can also use them to carry us forward because there's going to be a lot more experiences that are going to be challenging for us. So one of the things that I talk to my district manager team a lot is the more times you can be battle tested and battle proven, you can learn to add layers to become more bulletproof, right? And so things that you do in this business will help you with that, but things that you go through in life will too. So that's what it means to me for that. And I want to challenge you guys for what you do when nobody's looking, the decisions that we make, those little micro decisions that we do daily are the things that help us win the battle of life. And a lot of times when you guys see people that are doing really well in life, it's easy to start thinking that, oh, maybe it's just them, or maybe they got a little lucky, or, you know, maybe they fell into good fortune, but that's not always necessarily the case. In fact, for our managers, when they run offices, I like to tell them that the people that have the biggest teams, that have the biggest sales reports, they have more challenges than everybody else because they're working with more people. And that's going to happen all the time. So I want you guys to think about that tonight for what you're going to be shooting for, what you're going to be looking to accomplish. And tonight, I want some light bulbs to be going off in your head on what you can do in the next handful of weeks. So the first thing I'd like for you guys to put down in your notes is just the term challenge week, okay, and why we have this. The purpose of this week that we're going through right now is really an opportunity for our team and my division, all my offices, to gain momentum. Okay, so it's really a momentum week for us where we can gear up, and we're gearing up for battle, and we're gearing up for our SC1 push period. Okay, so you guys have heard our management staff talking about SC1 push a lot, and you're going to hear us ramping up our intensity and talking about that a lot more. But our summer conference 1 push period is going to kick off and start on Monday this upcoming week. Okay, so it's really our biggest contest year to date that we have. It's our main event. It's our biggest one for people to get excited about and a challenge for people to push themselves. So the purpose of Challenge Week right now is for you guys to gain some momentum to build before SC1 happens. So that's building your sales momentum, but more importantly, it's going to be building your recommendations. It's going to be building your phone skills. It's building your closing skills. It's building your demo skills. So that way you can be as sharp as possible during the push period. So I always looked forward for push periods personally for myself because it gave me an opportunity to showcase my work ethic. Okay, so I'll be the first to admit that I do not believe myself to be the most talented individual. I'm not necessarily going to be able to execute everything perfectly, but where I felt like I was able to make strides for myself in this business, it allowed me was the work ethic that I put in and like the hours that I put in and the calls that I made. Because for a lot of people, that's the great equalizer. Like if you want to stand out, you want to get on my radar, you want to get a chance to move up, you want to get a chance to get higher positions, you want to hit these things really quickly. It's not really a talent business. It's going to be a work ethic business, and it's a skill that you guys can learn. So everybody in this room has worked tremendously hard at something before in your life, right? Can everybody think of a time where you worked extremely hard? Was it sports for anybody in this room? Okay, yeah, of course. Was it for what else was it for? At school? For anybody in this room, like a lot of people at school and education, those type of things. Sometimes for people, it's a relationship, right? Sometimes for people, it's like having your family connection stay together. You had to work really hard at something like that. Maybe for some of you guys, it was a financial challenge. Maybe it was, I don't know, whatever it was for you, there's opportunities for us to showcase this. But what I want to challenge you guys to do during Challenge Week and during the push period is to work as hard as you possibly can, right? Because it's going to help you, but it's also going to help the team. You're able to set your own pace that you want to do for the Challenge Week and for the push period. But when these opportunities come up in life, I really want you guys to take advantage of them because it's going to make you better in the future. When you guys that just went through training, I was telling you this, work twice as hard your first weekend, work twice as hard in your Fast Start contest because it'll make everything seem what? A lot easier, right? So if you lift really heavy weights and pick up light ones, it's going to seem simpler for you to do that. It's the same thing here, right? If you do a lot of appointments during your Fast Start and Challenge Week, everything will seem to be smoother after that process for you guys. Whereas if you're not pushing on the gas pedal a lot, sometimes it can be sluggish. And sometimes you'll go through experiences like this at the job, right? And if you're pushing yourself hard, you're less likely to have those things happen. So I want you guys to think during the meeting tonight, what would be a great goal for you to shoot for this week, okay? Everybody in here has a certain amount of appointments that they've done and you've accomplished in 1 week, but what would it look like to do 1 or 2 or 3 more in 1 week, you know, having your greatest week that you've had so far in your Cutco experience. And then we're going to talk about the push period as well, too. So I'm going to mention a few things about that tonight. I've mentioned to all of you guys many times what our goals are in the pilot office. And everybody knows our team goal to sell this year is what? $3 million in sales, okay? So there's only been 2 offices in the history of the company that have done that. The only way that we've gotten to that level where we can compete is because people have shown up during contest periods where we make surges to go forward, right? It's really important for us. We have a lot of our top representatives have gone through these challenge weeks and SC1s multiple times. So they're adding layers to their bulletproof vest, right? So they're going to be stronger in the future. And obviously with you guys, right? New representatives on the team, We're only as strong as our weakest link as we go through these. So our goal for the summertime is a big goal for new business sales, Silver Cup year. I'm going to be interviewing a tremendous amount of people at the end of the summer for my Leadership Academy. And guess which people I want to interview? They're the people that have the strongest work ethic. Sometimes it's not even the people that have sold the most, right? Sometimes people sell the most as a byproduct of a customer base, right? And that's fine. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's about doing the volume of appointments. It's about putting in the effort. It's about learning all those information to get better at the job. Those are people that I want to build with. Those are people that I want to make sure that are getting to the next level in our business. And of course, top five division in the nation and #1 assistant manager team. So that's also people I'm looking for, my future assistant managers, right? People that I can count on to work hard and put in the right type of effort week in and week out as we go through this time. So here's what we're at, 0. Okay, so that was not updated. We are at $160,000 so far in sales. You guys like that? We got a long way to go. All right. So right now our team is about $160,000 in sales. We have a ways to go, but the next three months or so are always our biggest ones. As I've mentioned many times to you guys during the team meetings, these are going to be our biggest weeks that we're going to be stacking up because we have these big contests, right? So we have our main event, which is SC1, and then we're going to go into the Super Bowl, which is SC2, and that's not until August, right? That's another huge event for people to step up and showcase their talents for, but I wanted to make sure that everybody was on par with that. So in your notes, I want you guys to have some dates and some details down so you know what's going to be happening over the next couple of days, not only in the office, but throughout the division. So today starts the official contest for Challenge Week. So anything that you guys sold today, I know a few of you in here that I've already talked to have demonstrations tonight, are going to count for the beginning of the contest time. And it's your first opportunity to showcase your talent across the division. So the Challenge Week is going to end on essentially Sunday morning. Okay, so just so everybody knows, before we have our division meeting on the 24th. And we're going to be having a count up at our division meeting to see who's going to be coming on top. So the number that I want you guys to write down in your notes is 1,500, okay? So 1,500 is what I've talked to my managers about and what we've decided through everybody else across all the offices, because we have so many reps that are going to be in attendance, that this is the cutoff that we want to have for people to get a chance to get on stage at the event and get a chance to rep your team. In order to sell $1,500 for the week, what would you need to do? I'll take any answer to this. What would you need to do to sell $1,500 in 1 week? Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Multiple demos.
So this is your number. Okay. If you're doing 8 to 10 appointments, that's great. This can get done with one what? Which one? Okay. With a signature set. Okay. Raise your hand in here if you've already gotten your first signature set. Good, 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 good. Siggy with steak right after that LDM, right? Okay, you were able to get that one. So if you haven't got your first signature set sale, then that's coming for you, right? That'll be on the docket for you. And then a few of you in here who's already got their first ultimate set? You have? Yes? Yes, nice. Yes, nice. Okay. So we need more of those ones, right? That's gonna, so you can see the idea, like if Chance on your next demo you sell an ultimate set, but his goal was 1,500 at the beginning of the week, he clearly needs to what? He needs to shift his goal. You know what I mean? So what I would encourage you guys to do is you can plan your goals either way for these types of contests. And some of you just got to know yourself better. Are you a person that you're going to focus your goal based on results? Or are you a person that's going to focus better your goal based on activity? So which works better for you? If you're a results person, right, you can have this number, and some of you can fight for this number until you achieve it, because sometimes it might be 15 demos to get that. Sometimes it might be 3 or 1. But I like this one, right? So if Chance says, okay, my goal Evan's 1,500, but more importantly, what I want to accomplish for Challenge Week to contribute for myself and to contribute for our team contest is what? 8 to 10 demonstrations, then just commit to that process, whatever it is for you. So I'd like everybody to think about that right now. And what do you think that you can accomplish between now and Sunday morning? Fast starters aside, right? So you guys are a little different story if you've just started your contest, because I know it's a different level for fast starters. But when you're done, I'm speaking to assistant managers. I'm speaking to Marco, right, who's out of his fast start contest now. And there's another contest for you to get excited about and get a chance to perform and showcase your talents, and what you've gotten good at the job so far is very important. I mentioned this earlier, that when you're doing somewhere between 3K to 7K, depending on what the reports are going to look like, it's going to give you an opportunity to win a trophy at the division meeting. Okay, so that's what it's going to culminate in. Anytime we have a big division meeting or a summer conference event at a Western region level, we're always going to have a sales contest during that time. Okay, have any of you in here ever won a trophy before in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then some of you have never won a trophy before in your life, potentially, right? Okay, I should change that. Like you've won like a top 3 or a top 2 or number 1 trophy, right? I know there's a lot of places that just give trophies. All right. So that's fine, I guess. But the sort of. Okay. So the idea is if you've never had an opportunity to win a trophy, there'll be some of you that will be motivated by that mark. So you know what's going to work for you. Like some of you in here might be motivated by income. Some of you might be motivated by significance and getting a chance just to get on stage or stay up there for a long time. Some of you in here might be motivated by trophies. Like for me, I purely wanted to win hardware. You know, I wanted like it's really cool to have those cups. And I can remember hoisting my cup for the first time and how big of a deal that was for me because it was like, that cup was a physical representation of all the blood, sweat, and tears for a year of running my business and being a national champ. We were holding it up. I remember my mom crying, and I'm like, you know, and that made a big difference for me. Okay, that was my Silver Cup speech. Some people in here don't care about trophies, right? You say, well, that doesn't make a difference to me, but you can care about your reputation. Maybe it's caring about just having motivation and momentum in the business. Maybe it's caring about moving up to the next level or getting promoted. So what is it for you? And I think it's important, like Ian, when you have a conversation with Armando, like let him know, like, hey, this is something that basically flips my switch. This is what I'm excited about getting out of this business. So I want to encourage you guys to start thinking about what you want to make happen this week, what you want to accomplish, and it's going to take $1,500 to get on stage. So the way that's going to work is when Zach's over $1,500 in sales, you're going to get a chance to get on stage in front of everybody at the meeting. Okay, so there'll be 200 or 300 people at the event on Sunday. Okay, so all my offices coming together, and I'm going to talk about all the details of the event here in just a moment. But I think that for a lot of you in the room, it would feel really, really good to be able to give your report and on stage and staying up there as long as you possibly can in the count up when you know everybody else is doing what? Sitting down, okay? Because that always felt good to stand up there. Like if I knew I put in a lot of work, if I saw people say, I was like, oh man, I worked him and I worked her and I was able to, and it feels really good to know that you were able to separate yourself from your peers during that time. Also something you could put on your resume, but something that you might remember forever. You know, I remember a lot of my push period countdowns where I got a chance to go up there. So we're going to have a count up that we're going to go all the way up to the top. Okay. So at the division meeting, I'm going to have one of my district managers lead the count up, and I'm going to say, basically, everybody that's got a sale over the last 6 days, stand up, right? So a lot of people in the room stand up. You want to make sure you're what? Standing up. All right, that's important. And then we'll say, you know, 500,000, and then we'll have people come on up to the stage, right? That are over $1,500, and then there'll be this throng of people that'll come up to the stage, and then you want to stay up there what? As long as you possibly can. Okay, so when you get a chance to do that, you're gonna get a chance to go up there and rep the team. My name's Thomas. I'm from the SD pilot office. I sold X, whatever it was, 1,617. I'm from the SD. The team's gonna say Dynasty. We'll have our little chant. Armando will let you in on it on Sunday. Yeah, he's gonna let you guys know. If anybody wants a good idea with that, we have something. You can talk to Armando about that. If anybody in this room creative, you would say you're a creative person. Okay, cool. Talk to Armando if you got some skills on that kind of stuff, and Armando feels he's not, so he needs help. Sure. But you get a chance to rep the team in front of everybody, then you'll take your seat, and then we'll continue to go up. And then Natalie gets a chance to go up and say, I'm from the SD Dynasty. I was at 23-17, and then we get a chance to pop for her. And then Vinny's up there at 32-17, and he keeps going up. I don't know why I keep saying 17. And then Ian's at 42-17, and then Chance at 52-17, and then we're going to start counting down until we have the top people. So clearly, you guys, it's not just going to be the people that are in this room. So the offices that are going to be there, we're going to have my office from South San Diego. Well, the pilot will be there. The Yuma office, El Centro office will be there as well. The Carlsbad office, Temecula office, Palm Desert will be there. My Redlands office, East Riverside office, West Riverside office, my Colton office will be there. Also, the Chino office and Rancho Cucamonga will be there. Victorville's coming down. Okay, so we have some people that are coming down for this event pretty significant way. And then my offices, I have 4 in Vegas that are all going to be commuting down for the Sunday to come to this one event that we have in the summertime. This is our only division meeting that I put together, that we get everybody together. All right, so it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be live, and then we're going to have a count up for that. So after the meeting, I'm going to ask you guys, Armando's going to ask you, I'm going to say, what's your what? What's your goal for the event? Like, where do you want to be? And I would encourage everybody in the room to fight to get on stage at a minimum, because it's very possible for you to do that. How many days of work is this? 2. This could be 2 or 3 or even 4 days of work, right? If you were doing 2 demos a day, like that's not something that's going to stretch you way across the way, but Some of you are going to do a lot more demonstrations than that, and there'll be opportunities for you to squeeze those in. So let me tell you guys about the details for June 24th on Sunday. All right, now, if any of you guys in this room work another job or something like that, or have a scheduling conflict, like I said, let Armando know after the meeting. But our event's really nice for us. The benefit of you guys being in the pilot office is I can put the division meeting wherever I want to. So I put it right down the street. It's like literally within walking distance, right at the Sheraton down the street. And a couple things for your guys' notes to write down. The division meeting's on the 24th. It's going to be from 1 o'clock to 6:30 on the 24th. And this is our only division meeting that we have for the summertime. And I just want to tell you guys why we put this event on, like why I put this together for my entire division. So I do it for a couple of different reasons. Okay, one of the main reasons why I put this event on is it's our first opportunity as a division for everybody to get together and meet. Okay, one of the coolest things about this job that I feel like I got a lot out of it was the ability to network with other people. So if you're at an event where there's 150, 200, 250 other people, individuals there, top managers, top branch and district managers there, and you get a chance to meet them, that's going to help your stock go up. And you get a chance to ask questions to those people to get better. The other reason why I have it is for us to get a chance to get together and celebrate our successes so far for the summertime as the South Coast Division. Right now, the division currently is the #1 division in the Western region. Okay, and we want to keep that going. All right, so it's an opportunity for everybody to get together and celebrate those successes. I also, one of the main reasons anytime I run an event, I want an opportunity to recognize people. So I'll recognize my branch managers and my district managers at the event. And I'm also going to get a chance to recognize a lot of the representatives at the event that have gotten results so far. So, and one of the ways you guys can get recognized is getting where? Getting on stage, right? That's a way that you can improve your stock and up my radar for you, right? And you're getting a chance to compete because it's not only being in the pilot, but it's being every other office that's there. Also at this event, you guys, I've mentioned this before at last team meeting, there's going to be a lot of learning at this event, okay? Who in here needs help with recommendations, just in general on principle? Like you don't want to get 5 on average, you want to get 10 on average. Who in here would like more names? Who in here would like lists and lists and lists? Who in here would like books and books and books, right? So that was a great part of my career when I had books of recommendations, right? So I had multiple spiral notebooks filled over like summers and summers and summers, and I was able to get good at recommendations. But being at these events, we're going to teach you those types of things to help you get better. At every event, usually we're going to teach you about referrals because it's a big part about our business. We want you to get good at it. So I have my district manager, Bianca Rodriguez, is going to be teaching on recommendations. Some of you in here need help on the phones, okay? I've heard some of you on the phones. You need help on the phones, right? So scheduling more appointments and converting more appointments, some of those types of things. So Danica Grady, my district manager from South San Diego, is going to be talking about that. She's one of the best I've ever seen on the phone. And so I have I've like recruited my best managers to give these messages to you guys to make sure that you get a lot of value out of the event. So I want Alexis leaving the event with lots of new information that she can say, hey, I can go implement this stuff right away and get results. So if you guys think about it too, it's kind of a costly thing for this event because I spend a lot of money to rent a hotel and put everything together, but not outside that cost. Where is everybody in the South Coast Division on Sunday? Out of the field. Okay, not a church. They're at the division meeting, so they're out of the field during that time. So what's happening during that time? Yeah, there's no sales. Think about it this way, you guys. If you had to chop down a forest, you wouldn't stop. You would stop to sharpen your axe at least a couple times, right? If you were just going to try to plow through the whole thing, eventually it's going to get super dull. It's not going to be effective. So I was always taught that it's valuable sometimes to take 1 step back so I can take 4 steps forward, right? So sometimes it's good to sharpen the saw. Sometimes it's good to learn a little more information to help me execute that stuff right away. Also at this event, you guys will be talking about SD1 Push. So my district manager, John Baker, will be giving you guys the keys on how to make sure SD1 Push is good for you. We're also going to be building an alliance. I'd like for you to put that down in your notes. I'm going to be building an alliance across my division. You guys know what an alliance is, right? Okay. Building an alliance. Now, you don't have to be part of the alliance, okay? But if you want to be, it's going to be an invitation for people that want to get held to a higher standard during the SC1 push period. So my district manager, John Baker from East Riverside, will be talking about being a member and a part of our SC1 5K plus push alliance, okay? And then for SC2, we build a 10K push alliance, okay? So for 5K, the reason why we put this together is anybody in this room that wants to get a chance to be held to a higher standard and make sure that you hit your goals and your targets. You guys might have learned at this point in your life that it's very hard to do things on your own. Have you noticed? right? If you're going to get the best workout in the world, how do you usually get it? With somebody telling you what to do, right? Telling you to run extra sprints, telling you to lift extra weights, those types of things, okay? Have any of you guys had a workout so hard before that you've passed out or you've let it go, right? That's a good workout, right? So someone push you. How many times have you done that on your own, though? That's kind of a tough thing to do. And usually you're not going to push yourself for those extra miles. So the reason why we're going to have that alliance there is for people that want to get extra coaching, okay? If you want to get extra help to hit those top levels. We're also going to make sure that you get an opportunity to increase your circle of influence. So typically who you spend time with determines the trajectory of your life and where you go. So if Chance is in a group of the alliance of people who are like-minded, positive people that want to get a better result at the job, what's going to happen for him? That's going to rub off on him in a positive way, right? Just like if you guys spent all your time with 5 people that are unimpressive, then you're going to be the 6th one. Is that true or is that true, right? So if you're spending around with like 5 studs, like all the time you hang around with amazing people, usually those people are amazing too, right? Our circle of influence is key. So that's why a lot of people like to join the alliance as well. And then another reason why people want to join the alliance, and this is worth writing down, is they want to accept positive pressure. This is like my conversation with Natalie that I had the other day about her fast start. Applying positive what? Positive pressure, right? For people that want to do big things. I did this with Bianca at her fast start contest, right? With a smile on my face. Positive pressure, okay? And everybody wants an opportunity to get a chance to push themselves, okay? It doesn't mean you have to do it, right? So Roger doesn't have to be part of the 5K Alliance, but it's there for you if you want to take your results to a different level and you get extra coaching, you're around the right people, and then you get positive pressure. So it's valuable for Ian to sign and say, hey, I'm in, right? And I have a contract that you signed. Right? Like, I'm in, right? I'll be at these things. I'll do these types of things. Luis doesn't have to sign, but nah, I don't want to do it. I'm going to sell 3K for SC1. Cool, do that. We need everybody's help for the push period. But those of you that want to take it to a different level, if Jason's like, I'm in. I've never been pushed before really hard. Like, I'm interested to see. I want to see what I can accomplish as an individual, as a man. That's why I have those types of things, okay? So we're also going to have that alliance there for you guys to get signed up for if you want to be a part of that too, and you want to take it to a different level for SC1. And then we'll have a special guest there too, which I'm really excited for you guys to meet. And that's in meeting Dan Cassetta, okay? So Dan Cassetta runs the Western region, and Dan Cassetta started working here like forever ago, all right? So I don't even know. It was a long time ago. He started when he was 17, and Dan did really well. He went to Santa Cruz. Dan runs the West Coast. Okay, so Dan runs the West Coast of the country. He's our Western region manager. Okay, so Dan is my mentor. So Dan works with all the division managers. Dan was a division manager for I think 15 years. Did my job for 15 years. So I'm young at my job. I've only been doing it for like 3.5 years. So I'm just getting started. I'm just warming up, figuring things out. Dan has the most experience and one of the most decorated managers in our company, and he has done over $100 million in sales in the organizations that he's ran. He's won a silver cup at every level in our business, from a branch all the way to district to division level. And he's also produced a lot of people and trained a lot of people and coached a lot of people to be national champions as well too, inside our business and outside our business. So he's going to be coming to the event to watch and impact the managers. So I feel honored he's coming, and he's flying down from San Jose to come be a part of our event. But I also asked Dan if he wouldn't mind speaking to you guys. So he has a slot on the agenda right at the end to come give you guys some impact. And he's one of the best that I've heard giving messages on personal growth and overcoming challenges and obstacles, because he's been through it a lot. So some of you in here might this part, like greatest challenge, or I'm sorry, the area that you guys need the most help with, sometimes it might even just be like motivation, right? Because this is one of those positions where you have to be a bit what? Yeah, a bit more self-motivated, right? And it's helpful to have coaches and managers to do that. But if you can push yourself, you can do anything, So we want to get you guys to that type of level. So I'm really confident that you would walk away from that event, walk away from that meeting on fire, right? So really excited for the push period and what's going to be next for you guys. So we have all these opportunities for you. So don't misconstrue. It doesn't mean you have to work 24/7. It doesn't mean you have to go all out the whole time. But we have an opportunity for you, for those that want to, those that want to take it to a different level, those that are seriously in my office that want to get to Dirty 30, those that seriously want to hit their $20,000 promotion, those that seriously want to make 10 digits this summer. Like, this is the stuff that I did when I was I'm still young man. All right, these are the decisions that I made to do these types of things, and is really helpful. So for the division meeting, I want to see everybody get a ton out of it, and a ton of value out of it. and I want to make sure that our team is taking the most notes and really learning a lot. But I want you guys to get a chance. This is where our office also gets a chance to compete against all the other offices too. Okay, so as the pilot office, we have a reputation to hold and withhold and uphold winning these types of events and being number one at the event too. So you guys also, your current sales, whatever you do for the week, whatever you finish your Fast Start contest at, those things all count for our team sales. So we're really counting on everybody to do a great job this week. And we're going to be excited to kick off the next part for our SC1 push. If I could have you put a couple other things down in your notes just for some details, I'll be brief on these ones. One thing for you guys for the division meeting, like I said, if you have a scheduling conflict, like you're working at your other job or something like that, talk to Armando. But for the most part, that's why I like to run it on Sunday, because it's our only Sunday event, but it's able to, most people are able to work around it. This event right here, I want you guys to write down arrive with 5. Okay, arrive with 5. So what does that mean, right? So I want Kaylin to show up with 5 demos in front of her, right? I want Cameron to have 5 demos in front of her, right? I want Allie to have 5 demos in front of her at a minimum. You can have 10, you can have 15, you can have 20, of course, but the more you have, the quicker start you're going to get off to for the SC1 push contest. Our SC1 push period starts on June 25th on that Monday. So that's the official start day. And I want to challenge everybody in the room. That's also the last day of the week, right? That's Miracle Monday for us. So since that's the last day of the week, it's also going to impact your paycheck. And I want you guys to have a nice explosion, nice pop there on Miracle Monday. So the other thing I'd like for you to put down is on just put 444. Okay. So arrive with 5 at the event. But I want to challenge you to be thinking 444. And what 444 is 4 on Monday, 4 on Tuesday, 4 on Wednesday. Okay. This is provided you have an open schedule to do that. Okay. I know that everybody's got, some people like summer school and other things going on, but provided you're able to squeeze that in, it's going to help you get off to a super quick, hot start for SC1 push period, because we're going to run it back and we're going to do the same thing. It's just a 2-week contest that we do for SC1, which is our big contest. And that's the event where we're competing against everybody. So we're competing against all the offices from LA, all the offices in South Coast, and all the offices in Southland Division, okay, Orange County Division. So, and then we're going to culminate on July 11th for our final event for SC1. Okay, that's going to be on Wednesday. Okay, so that's our big event, our summer conference that we're going to have, where we're going to take it to a different level. This is basically like division meeting times 3 or 4 or 5, because we're going to have that many more teams there and people there. And it's an opportunity for you to network and learn all those things. And then the best teaching and talks will be at that event as well too. So it's an opportunity for you to learn and get more value to make more income, right? That's one of the reasons why we have that, and a chance for you guys to compete as well. So I know there's a lot of people, my managers and stuff, that have been at SC1s before and SC2s, and you can ask them about it. It's pretty phenomenal to see the change and the evolution that people go through at these events. And I can remember it for me years ago, you know, so for some of you, it'll be a great event. You'll have a blast. And it's live, and it's our most fun event, and you're going to learn it. And then there's other people that it makes a life-changing difference for them, you know. So for me at SC1, I was like, I really want to take my results to a different level this summer. And then there was a summer conference event that I went to years ago when I got done with college, where that's where I decided I was going to stay with Cutco long term. You know, there's a message that was given that I decided at that event. I said, hey, this is where I want to be. You know, I love what we do. I love our product. I love our people. I love getting a chance to run a business. So that won't happen for everybody in the room, but there's an opportunity for those types of events for you. So that's important stuff for you guys to know and be aware of. Okay. Also at the division meeting, you guys, we're going to have a massive phone jam too. So make sure that you bring everything with you, and I'll be raffling off some pretty awesome prizes. I got gift cards. I got Cutco, I got hats. We're raffling off cash, a bunch of different stuff that you guys can win to add in and into your stuff. Okay, so we got that as well. So I want to make sure everybody's aware of that, and that way everybody kind of knows what all the dates are. During the SC1 push period, you're going to see a lot more stuff happening in the office. We'll have phone jams, we'll have events, we'll have workshops, a lot of things that you guys can attend and be involved with. Just talk to me, talk to Armando, talk to anybody on the staff, and they'll let you know what's going on in the office, and we'll put stuff on GroupMe too, so you can see what you can be involved in and what level you guys want to take it to. So that's important for you guys. All right, so I wanted to share that with you guys for today, and I want to give out some recognition tonight. I want to blow through a few of these things here. Okay, so I want to talk about, I think, hey, did I give you your prize for Allie? Steak knife? Did I do that already? Promise? Okay, cool. So Allie hit her first promotion. You guys know we have our team building event that we have. Anybody that recommends someone, so Brand pretend like you're not seeing this thing because it's like my surprise for later. All right, cool. Yeah, just forget it, man. So, but Allie hit her first promotion. She's almost at her $3,000 promotion so far, which is great. And I have a prize for you. So actually, Armando, I think I'm short. A steak knife is the first level there for Natalie. If you already have a steak knife, I have pop sockets too. They're really cool. They say cut Kiwanis stay sharp. They're pretty sexy. Okay, all right. So there you go. It's cool. So anyway, hook her up with that. So anyway, give Natalie a big round of applause. Thank you so much for building the team. I really appreciate that. Good. Next level for you is Hydro. Okay, so I got these Hydros here. This is at 2. Got the Silco and the Cutco on it, so I got these little ones as well, which are nice for your bags and stuff like that too. So the gifts are just thank yous, really, when you help build the team. Chance, I think you've had like 85 friends come in for interviews or something like that. You had a bunch of people, so you're going to be wrapping up some prizes as well this week. I know some of you guys have friends that are scheduled for interviews, but I got a bunch of cool levels of stuff that you guys can win. So win those prizes. Get friends to come in for interviews and check out the position. Can't guarantee them a job, but we want to interview a lot of great people. We want to see who'd be a great fit, and we want to build our team for SC1. We want to build our team for SC2 for the rest of the summertime. So continue to do those. All right. Also, remember, you guys have a scholarship as well. When you team build and you share the job with other people, okay, you're going to get a chance to win $100 all the way up to $1,000 if your team is the top selling team. There's by the way, my manager might not even know this. There's actually a silver cup now for team building, where you can be a national championship team builder by sharing the job with other people too, which is pretty sweet to be able to do that. But the scholarship is great. Red helps with books and textbooks and stuff like that when you guys are building a team. All right, so I need to give out some recognition tonight. I need to give some promotions. I got some big paychecks and stuff like that before we phone jam, and I got a bunch of stuff I'm going to give away tonight. So we had a great sales week last week. Okay, our team sold $94,000 of Cutco last week, which is great. I didn't sell a knife for that. That was you guys. That was our CSP team. That was our FSM team, and we were one of the top teams in the nation. I believe we were top 5 in the nation last week. So please give yourself a round of applause. That's pretty freaking awesome. Almost $95,000 in sales last week, and every order counts. So I want to give some people some recognition here. We'll do the one clap like we always do. But the one thing I would focus on for you guys, especially for these events, because I realize some of you guys have really busy schedules. You have a lot of things that are going on. At a minimum, no matter what, I would make an effort to make sure that I don't have a goose egg for the week. Okay, so no zeros. Whether it's just selling a cutting board or whatever it is, you want to be on the scoreboard. You want to be scoring points each and every single week. So we have Kaylin Hosley selling 21. That feels like a cutting board to me. Is that what that is?
It was a tray.
It was a tray. Okay, great. So she gets the ceremony. One clap, 1, 2. That is umpteen weeks in a row.
It's next week will be my 1-year anniversary.
Okay, so Kaylin started next week last year.
I think it's the 23rd.
And she's never had a week where she hasn't turned in an order. To my knowledge, like outside of like these guys, you have the longest string in the office for doing that. So let's keep that going. Let's give her a big round of applause for that. Actually, it's pretty awesome. And sometimes it's a tray, right? Sometimes it's a tray. Sometimes it's a cutting board. Sometimes it's a trimmer. Sometimes it's a set. But I don't know when you decided, Kaylin, but it's pretty cool. She's like, I'm never having a goose egg. And then it's just become her thing now. And like every week she's scoring points. So you're very, very consistent with that. And I appreciate you doing that. That's great. Then we have Shopita. Welcome. It's so nice to have you here. Welcome to your first team meeting. And I know you've had some other orders since then, but the first sale there with 35. So she gets the ceremony. 1 clap, 1, 2. That was a really good one. Erica, what was this? What is this? Mini cheese knife. Baby cheese knife. 1, 2. I like it. Aaron Barrera, 92. 1, 2. Chance.
Oh, the 3-piece knife and cheese set.
Sounds great. Yeah. I love those. 189. Nice job. Good for you. So ceremony 1 clap. 1, 2. All right. Roger Carey, 330. Again, has scored a lot of points so far. I think you're past your 6K, or you're getting closer to getting close to your $6,000 promotion. That's pretty awesome. So let's give him the 1 clap. 1, 2. All right, and then we got Dom Rose, who had just left out of town with fast starter, 399. 1, 2. And then Neds. Is that right? Neds. Okay, cool. Natalie Espinosa de Silva, 404. Ceremony 1 clap. 1, 2. Okay, cool. Now, so those of you guys right here, just realize, and you can pay attention to where you're at every single week by looking on Rollo. and just think about that there's different levels, right? Like there's different segments that you can do. So this is one level, 4 CPO to 499. So one of the things that I would be thinking about that if you're in this level right here, it's very important that you're in this level because you scored points for the team. You're a part of us being top 5 in the nation. But literally every single one of you guys are one order from going to the next level, right? Like the 500 to 999 level, right? And then there's a different pay level that goes in there. And then of course, over $1,000 gets you on stage, so to speak, at the team meeting and being on the newsletter. So I appreciate your guys' effort last week. We need everybody's effort this week coming up as well too. All right, so we had Lily Suarez with 598, 1-2. All right, now Lily, you guys will see a D3D, and we'll be making a shift on team meeting times. But when you guys do see Lily, she just hit her dirty 30, right? She just hit her $10,000 promotion, so she's super pumped about that. It's really exciting for her. So when you guys see her, make sure you congratulate her on that. If you haven't met her yet, you will. So Jake Mendelson with 674, 1-2. All right, Eric Gilman, 688, 1-2. Chance, other Chance, 698. Was this a set? Was this multiple orders? Multiple orders. Multiple orders. Okay.
Last name's still spelled wrong.
I gotta talk to somebody about that. Does it at least start with a K?
Yes.
All right, Chance K. All right, 698, 1-2. All right, Marco, always scoring points, man. I appreciate this about you. 776. Nice job to you there. So you get 721, clap 1-2. Yen. Nice job. All right, 785. Got your first sale, and then you also have poured on a lot more since then. I think you're over $2,000.
I had no idea.
You don't even know what's happening. Okay, people are buying stuff. Good. So, new people are like that, so they're like, oh, people are buying stuff. Okay, so that's pretty cool, though. Has hit her first promotion, and I know, Yen, you're going to be out of town for a little bit, but we're going to be really excited to have you back, and welcome to the team. It's nice to have you here. So give her a ceremony, 1 clap, 1-2. All right, Tomas Valenta. 831. This is a galley set and a few extra things. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thomas had heard about the job from his friend Telena. Also had a bunch of friends coming in for interviews today and passed everything like I mentioned to you. Super. That's how close you are to your first promotion, sir. So just knock that thing out as soon as possible. Get yourself a pay raise. And anyway, nice job there. Thomas also is doing a lot of virtual demonstrations too. So even though you're new, you're gonna master that thing, and eventually he'll be a guy to go to, right? And talk about the virtual demo and getting great at that. So let's give him the ceremony. 1 clap, 1-2. Okay, Noel Flores, nice job, man. 872, 1 order, multiple orders. Was this a set?
Galley set.
Galley plus 6?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I like it. Pin full 5 pay.
Shoot 5 pay.
Cool.
And
So
I have another money order that I put it in, but it's kind of give a money order here, right?
Yeah, slide it in there. Okay, all right. Armando's got it. All right, but 872. I know you've sold quite a few sets so far. That's very nice. And I'll just tell you guys, like most people are buying sets on 5 pays. Okay, so that's the way to focus on that. That's how you're going to get customers get big orders. So ceremony 1 clap 1-2, and then we got Braxton 936 1-2. All right, so those of you that are in this range, that's positive. But the way I want you guys to look at this is it's like positive and negative in the sense that most people, when they look at themselves here, they go like even Chance. You go, oh my gosh. It's like one more average order, and I'm on the newsletter for the week. You know, one more average order, and it throws me over the mark. So be aware of that and be paying attention to that every single week. And I would encourage everybody in this room to find some type of standard. Like Kaylin's a great example of that, where she just decided, she said, hey, I'm never going to have a week where I have a goose egg, right? And sometimes it's going to be really small weeks, sometimes it's going to be large weeks, but that's been her standard. At a certain point, for some of you, it's going to be $500, or some it's going to be $1,000, or maybe it's $2,000 or $3,000. And then some of these people have much larger standards, right? Because they've been working here a lot longer. But I would encourage you to find some type of standard. Like when your contest ends, you go, this is what I'm going to do every single week, and I'm going to try not to fall below that mark. That's important, okay? So, but everybody on here is literally 1 order, maybe 2 orders away from hitting the newsletter for the week. So if you're in this section, then go out and hit the newsletter. Marco, I need you to go hit that newsletter this week. Thomas, go hit that newsletter this week. Over $1,000 in sales. And I know that you can do that when you're achieving your fast start goal and then some. All right. So we had some people that achieved the newsletter for the week. Okay, so anybody that's over $1,000 in sales. So we had Adam Sobieski, ceremony 1 clap 1-2. Just so you guys know, I'm going to make an adjustment to the team meetings. Okay, team meetings. This is going to be our last Tuesday afternoon team meeting for the rest of the summertime. They're going to be shifting to Wednesday nights. We'll remind you. We'll talk about it on the group me, all those types of things. But they're going to be in the evening times here, and not this next week, you guys, but the week after. Adam is going to be coming to speak to all of you guys at the team meeting. Okay, so Adam has sold nearly $5 million worth of Cutco. And so I asked him, I said, hey, it's the damn push period. can you come talk to my squad about what has helped you be great in the business for the last 14 years? And he said, I'm down. Right. So he's going to be here, not this next week, but the week after that for our second week of SC1 Push. And so that will be something not to be missed. I want to apologize in advance for the things he's going to say. Just so you guys know, he uses colorful language. All right. So there you go. Not you guys will do the same thing anyway. You probably won't care, but he's going to come and he's going to deliver a lot of great content for you guys and talk about what's helped him be great at the position when he started 14 years ago. All right. So anyway, Ian Barnes, come on up here, sir. Here or here to here? Here. Okay. Everybody say hi, Ian.
Hi.
That's great. Okay. So Ian, $1,229 in sales for the week. What does this put you at now total? What's your total number?
Right about 2,500.
Right about 2,500. So just under his $3,000 promotion. And I'm guessing one of these was probably a set, or was it a lot of?
Yes, one of them was a homemaker.
Homemaker set. Okay, very nice. So Ian's been doing a great job. He's attended my SLBM meeting. He's someone that I see as a future leader in the office. I really appreciate the effort that you're putting in. Armando, like I said last week too, loving working with you. So let's give Ian a big round of applause hitting the news. Brody, who has class tonight, 15:33, so he gets to start when he won't clap 1, 2. All right, Jamal is an old representative, okay, from way back when I was selling Cutco as a representative, and he just sold $2,000, which is nice. Just to plant a little seed for you guys is that he still gets his commission even though he stole Cutco. I think he started selling Cutco like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, has since moved on, graduated school, moved on to another job. But you guys always, when customers are buying from you, will always get paid on those sales and those orders. So whenever somebody asks you, even if it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, and people say, do you sell Cutco? What are you going to say?
Yes.
Yep. And we get your credit card, and then you can put it in. You'll still get credit for those orders. So it's pretty cool for that to happen. And then we have Darren Pinero, who's one of our FSMs on the team. And what's cool about him is he's actually full-time military. He's a full-time work. He's at Camp Pendleton, and he just sells Cutco around that. He's working at the fair right now and everything, and he's creating that opportunity. So it's pretty cool to be able to have that chance around there. And then Allie Scanlon. All right, come on up to the front here. Allie. All right, everybody say hi, Allie.
Hi.
Okay, Allie heard about the job from Natalie, so thank you, Ned, for recommending Allie for the position, which is great. We recommended Brandon for the position, which is great. 2,836, so this was just from your first weekend on the job, which was good. There was some set in here, a homemaker set maybe, or you also had some starter sets, kitchenette sets,
Yeah.
space saver sets. Allie's interesting too because she had some really challenging appointments. So has anybody had a really tough customer? Like we're like, damn, what's wrong with you? What's going on? Why are you like this? You know, like people that just are baffling to you. I admire Allie a lot because she's had a bunch of those so far since she started job her first weekend. So it is more smooth sailing. She's had people that like swore up and down they hated Cutco, and then she sold them a set of Cutco. So she was like born for this job. She's doing really great. So close to her $3,000 promotion and on the newsletter there for the week. So let's give her a big round of applause. Congratulations. And we're going to move up to the next level. All right, there's always another level. Mr. Williams, get on up there, sir. 3,005 CPO for the week. Zach did a great job. And one of the things I like about Zach so far, Zach was actually out of town a little bit for his Fast Start contest and just had a lot of busy things happening and still found a way to make it happen. I think just yesterday or the day before was a homemaker set sale that you had. A couple of homemakers will put you up there, you know, and sometimes that's going to happen on some of our larger sets, which is nice. And your biggest order last week was probably a homemaker. I'm guessing, right? 2 homemakers last week. Okay, cool. So that's a great way to get over that $3,000 mark. I believe that probably puts you close to your $4,000 or $5,000 mark so far.
30,990.
All right, so just under 4K so far. But you know, as he's finishing his Fast Start, he's made over $600 so far. You know, it's really positive to see it happening. And Zach's a guy you can go training with. He's a great guy to meet, and I'm loving having you on the team, man. It's really great to have you here. He goes to Humboldt State, so he'll be here for a handful more months or so before you know, obviously some people go off to school, but we're really enjoying having you on the team. So let's give Zach a big round of applause. And then we have some of the top dogs for the week. Joe Fox at 5181. That's pretty exciting for one of our FSMs. He started selling Cutco 17 years ago. He actually told me about the job because we went to high school together. And then we still get a chance to work together, which is cool. And then next up here is Mr. Lopez. Okay, Nick, come on up to the front here. This way. Everybody say hi, Nick. Hi, Nick.
I'm gonna just come this way.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me just go right here. It's good. All right. So Nick has really gotten off to a hot start so far at the job. He's a little over $8,300 in sales so far since he started the position. And then in this, there was some small orders, but I think was your signature in this one?
Yeah,
With,
2 signatures.
okay, useful.
Homemakers.
Sprinkling homemakers. All right, cool. Here's the thing, you guys. Sometimes when you see big orders, you go, well, hey, they could be like that customer, right? Like luck of the draw. But Nick's also done a tremendous amount of appointments too. So sometimes it's just, if you have a hustle muscle and you're actually doing a lot of demos, you just get chances to score bigger points. And so he's had a chance to do that so far. And he's been leading the way on the team, attended the SLDM, and really put that into effect, right? Right after the SLDM that I invited him to, he dropped the signature set with steak knives with the kitchen system, which was pretty cool to see that happen. So now over $8,000 in sales, nearing his Dirty 30 promotion. I know that'll be happening soon. Tonight, you got 2 demos tonight. It can happen, right? Okay, cool. So let's give Nick a big round of applause for being Sharissa Sosa, 8114. So we had some of our heavy hitters. These people all make half commission, which is positive. And they're all working the Del Mar Fair right now. Okay, so TC Smith, 15,875. Matt Graves with a 16K week, and Brittany Livingston. And those of you guys were here last week. That's her second week over 20K, which is good. Okay, that's good. She was one of the top in the nation in her category, and they all make half commission. So, that's good. Also good. 5-digit paychecks, positive. And Brittany is 1 year out of San Diego State. 1 year out of San Diego State. She's working full-time. She's a CSP, right? So we have a lot of people that take on that opportunity. If you guys are interested to be a part of the Fair and Show team, what's the first thing that you have to do? You have to hit what? You got to hit Dirty 30, right? Then you can get on TC's radar. And then when people are over 20K in sales, when they hit that mark, then they're starting to work behind the booth and get a chance to do that. Has anybody been to the Del Mar Fair already this year? Okay. Yes? Okay, great. And then did you guys see the Cucko booths at the fair? There's 3 of them. There's 3. Okay, good. O'Brien, Exhibit Hall, and the Bing Hall. Okay, so they're all in there. And they're going to be there. The fair ends on the 4th. I think that's right. Okay. I'm actually going to be raffling off some Del Mar Fair tickets tonight for you guys as well, too. So I got some cool prizes, like I said. But I definitely recommend that if you guys are going to spend a day and go to the fair, just go up and watch those people and just stand at the side and I'm in constant amazement at how good these guys are and these women are at selling Cutco at a high level. Like, 45 minutes on a demo to get a signature set. Like these guys are selling Cutco kitchens in like 25 minutes. I don't even get it, right? They're at a very high level, but our training for our program is top notch. It's impeccable. We actually have one of the top programs in the entire nation for our events team, led by TC Smith. So I'm really impressed with his efforts. So anyway, just to let you guys know about that. So I want to congratulate you guys on hitting the newsletter. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that again for challenge. Okay, that's all good. Okay, no problem, no pressure, but pressure. You understand? Okay, cool. All right, so give them a big round of applause. You guys have got to take down all the other offices in the division. Very important. All right, Comma Check Club. I have big paychecks for people, and that people will get a photo for you. First check goes to Allie Scanlon here. When McKenna made this for you, this is just first paycheck from your first 36 hours on the job, so almost $400 paycheck. So give her a round of applause. Congratulations. All right. Big paycheck here from Mr. Zach Williams for a week of work, $500. So give him a big round of applause. That's great. I got yours. That's good. It's nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is what we call what? A comma check. All right. So not like Lopez, comma Nick. That's lame. Okay. Your name is nice, but that we're talking about 1 comma and then 3 digits after it. So comma paycheck. All right. Give him a big round of applause. I love that. That doesn't suck. All right. So comma paychecks are a really good thing. I need to give out some promotions to individuals as well here too. We have a bunch of $1,000 promotions. So if I call your name, I'm going to have you come to the front real quick so I can recognize you. If I could have Roger Carey, if I could have you come to the front. Allie, if I can have you come to the front, please, that'd be great. Luis Lopez. If I could have Yen come up to the front as well. And then I need and Zach Williams, because I don't think you got this thing as well, too. All right. So, Roger, there you go, sir. There you go. Luis. Yes. There you go. All right, so this, I know that some of you have stormed past these promotions already, and this is overdue for some of you. And Some of you, it's just hitting this basically after your first weekend on the job. I think this is momentous because you've gotten a pay raise, which is good. And the way that I look at this thing is that when you guys are new, you're a rookie, you're a trainee, you're a greenhorn, you don't know anything, right? You're learning. And then you advance. Now you become, like, officially by our company's style, you become a sales rep, okay? So if you look at the certificate later on, it'll say all the things that you guys have accomplished. And one of the most important things I'll let you guys know is on that certificate, it would give you some verbiage that you could use on your resume, right? And things that you've done. And obviously that's going to grow in your career here, but it's really helpful when you're doing that later on. After, however, like a summer job, or you're doing college or whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to help you with that. But the way I look at it also is that you're now making 50% more income than you did on the very first day. And the thing I always like to share is that when I worked at Bonds and Bag Groceries, I got paid $6.75 an hour. It took me 8 months to get a nickel raise, which was terrible. And some of you guys hit this thing in your first weekend, hit your first night in the job, and those types of things, which is great. And then obviously the sky's the limit, so just keep pushing for the next one, next one, next one. I want to congratulate you guys on your first pay raise. Very good. So congratulations to you guys. So if you can give them a big round of applause, I would appreciate it. Thank you. One more. Okay, great. Good job. Way to go. All right. And then Armando, I know I have pins, and my 3Kers are Zach and Luis.
One more.
And I need one more. 4.
Roger.
Ooh. Okay, Roger, I'm going to come back up. I should have just had you stay up here. Sorry, sir. My box of pins. I know, right? All right. Here you go. And here you go. Did you get your pin? Did you get your white pin? Get up here. If you hit your 3K and you didn't get a pin, then you need to be up here because I want to make sure I have for you. Also, Armando, make a note that I need more pins. Bianca, make a note. Okay, cool. So, you got your pin? Oh, all right. Promise? All right. So, white pin. So now your title is Advanced Sales Rep. Okay, so you're just after Sales Rep. Now you become advanced in that one moment. Very nice. But now you're earning 20%, which is really good, and that will continue to grow. So again, the way I look at it, you're making 100% the first day that you checked out your sample kit, and that makes me excited. That's why I love doing this job, because I know what it did for me when I was a rep, and the opportunity to explode income is pretty exciting. So keep pushing for it, and obviously the next one is going to be the advisor at 6K, and that's where you're making 25%. That's where you're making half a half. All right, so that's half of half. All right, half of half. So that's a good income wise, and it's going to start getting really exciting at Dirty 30. So for our newest $3,000 promotions, let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations. Very good. All right, and then I think I just have one for 6. Nick, come on back up here, sir.
One more time.
One more time. It's good. Rich getting richer. There you go. So red pin, very nice. Your title now is advisor. Very fancy. Okay. Your next title is going to be senior advisor, which is good. But he's making 25%, which is really nice. And then he's going to be at Dirty 30 before he knows it. And I will tell you guys that it's worth racing to Dirty 30. It's worth putting in the effort, because the harder you work in the beginning, the opportunity to work part-time and earn full-time is great. But the opportunity to work full-time after you earn Dirty 30 to make big time, that's where I think the paychecks can start to get really exciting. So like comma checks don't become like, oh, I got one because I had a big week. They can become something that's a bit more regular for you. And any person that, I know you just got done with high school and then you're going to be going to college. Like if you make $1,000 a week, it's good. Yeah. Right? It's good. You can do things. You can make things happen. All right. Which is great. So, and it's not all about the income, obviously, but it is a nice byproduct of doing the job at a high level. So want to hit more people on Dirty 30. Our focus this summer is 30 people over 30. Okay, 30 people that are going to hit Dirty 30, so set your sights on that. And that's why we have Thursday night D3D meetings for people to get better results when they're here. So that's why we do that on Thursday. So Nick's been doing a great job. Let's give him a round of applause. Congratulations to you. I'll give you the 10 next week. Right? No problem. I'll give it to you soon. Okay, so I wanted you guys to have that. So, here's the other one. All right, so we have somebody. We have somebody that's close to 20K. Camera's going to be there in no time. Okay, there you go. All right, so there's your thing. All right, so I mentioned these before we do phone jam, you guys, for tonight. I gave you guys all the dates there, right? So Challenge Week goes to the 24th. Sunday we have the division meeting, and then for this week I'm only going to run a couple more SLDMs, which is my sales leadership development meeting, and some of you guys had already reached out to you and I invited you for that. That's tomorrow here at the pilot office from 11:30 to 3 o'clock. And that's when we talked about the opportunities that are available with Cutco through college, things that people can use Cutco for outside of just selling and making money. Do the Cutco to do the kitchen system, which we've had a lot of people pop those sales right after the SLDM. So I'm going to be running this SLDM Wednesday, and then I'm likely going to be running one more, maybe two more during the push period. Okay, for people that want to be able to take their job to the next level. So if you're at $1,000 in sales, then you can be invited for that. So if you are interested in getting invited for that, or you hit your $1,000 promotion tonight, you can let Armando know or me know if you want to get invited for that event. An invitation, not an obligation, but I promise you that meeting will be worth your time, no doubt about it. Okay, and then our SC1 event is going to be on July 11th. So a lot of kind of events that are coming up in the office over the next handful of weeks. You guys will be letting you know about when we're going to be having themed phone jams and themes events and all those types of things. Next week at our team meeting on Wednesday will be the America theme meeting. Okay, bless you, because what's coming up? We have 4th of July. Okay, remember we have 4th of July coming up. Anybody already know what they're doing for the 4th of July and know that family has plans and stuff like that? Okay, great. That's a great day to do what we do. Okay, and that's a great week just because people want to buy and move, and it's American-made product by American-made people and America, right? And it's just you understand? All right, people are just buying stuff during that time. It's always a big time, and we have firecracker specials that we unleash always during this time of year that you guys will be able to have customers partake in. So this is a good time to be working the job because of all the specials we have going on as well. All right, so that's what's coming up for you guys. Also, if you're going to be purchasing your sample kit, I mention this every single week. I got Shanks for you guys, like I've mentioned every time. Marco, I think I hooked you up with yours last week. Did you buy your kit?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, right. That's what I thought. You went and bought your sample kit. So this shank is for you, sir. All right. So now the real reason to use that knife is for what? Not shank. It would work. Leave with the customer, right? So if you guys are not able to close the deal, right, leave it with the customer. You can pick it up later on. It's great, and also it's just a nice thing for you too later on. I mean, that's a great letter opener someday. You know, that's a great little steak knife for you. But really, it's to help customers who can't make a decision. They say I want to buy later, and they don't write up an order or whatever. You can say, hey, Brandon, I'll leave it with you for a little bit, try it out, just see if you like it, and then come back and pick it up with an order form in your hand and then get the order. Okay, so that's the idea because the more people use it, the better. If you're wondering how to buy your kit, Cutco, Vector Connect, my account, my sample kit, and then go to purchase, and you can plug it in whenever you want to. Okay, so just so you know, again, it doesn't make a difference to me personally if you buy your kit. I just recommend doing it so that way it's your stuff. Otherwise, it is your stuff. Evidence. All right, so there you go. All right, so buy your sample kit whenever you want to, and then I got a sample knife for you just as a thank you for buying your kit. You can add that on. Just so you guys know, if a customer does ask you, those are not for sale. Okay, those are not for sale. You can either just win those or whatever in the office. Like we don't have item numbers for those or anything like that. So if a customer asks you for those, we unfortunately cannot do it. So just tell them no. All right. Of course, the contest, I talk about this every single week. I'm taking a bunch of my reps and managers to Mammoth next year. So new representatives have to sell how much in a year to hit it? 50K in a year. And then reps that are at 40 or assistant managers sell 40,000 in a year. You get a chance to come. Okay, otherwise I'll send you all the pictures like I've told you every single time, and I'll be there on top of the mountain. Great, because I'm going either way, all right? And I'm taking it's my contest, damn it. So I'm taking people, and I'm going to beat a bunch of fat cabins, and we're going to have a great time. I don't throw a bad snowboard trip. It's been the first one, but I know it's going to be good. But I'm going to take a bunch of these guys I know, a bunch of my managers, and I want to take some top new reps that are going to stand out and get on my radar for the summertime. And really, the way I look at it is that I would want to win as a rep, not only because it'd be great to hang out with division manager, the rest of the individuals, but mostly just to like. You know, imagine if you got a chance to hang with these people, you know, and Charissa Sosa's there and you got a chance to chat with her about what's made her great in the business. It's a great networking opportunity as well. Not only that, but it's a lot of fun too. So making Evan pay for stuff is fun, right? Okay, cool. So this I want to share with you guys, and then we're gonna phone jam. So I'm gonna be brief on this, but I want to talk to you guys about winning the battle, and then we're gonna win the battle for the phones. I have 2 points here for you on this. That's food for thought. I just want you to get these down. So winning the battle for us this week, what's going to be important, not only in this business, but in your life, are 2 things. So I want you to write this down. First one is I want you guys to focus on your battle, okay? Focus on your battle. I think sometimes in business, sometimes in life, it's actually hard to not compare ourselves to other people, right? Like this, you're at 3,000 and I'm at 1,000. Like it's kind of hard not to draw those comparisons. Or that person's doing X in their life. Or a lot of times nowadays, you guys see people and a lot of people will post an image where, like they have a certain type of image where, on like social media, right? And usually that image is what? Like really like whatever is their best version at that moment. All right. A lot of filters, a lot of angles, a lot of things going well in that photo. Okay. But in my personal experience, like sometimes when you meet those types of people or whatever, they're not necessarily that person that you see in the photo. And I think sometimes we can get caught up chasing something else, which I talk to my managers, my reps. It's really important that you guys learn how to run your own race and what's going to make you feel successful at this job. What's going to make you feel successful in life? Because you guys know, there's always going to be somebody better than you. That's the motivating part of it tonight. There's always going to be somebody that's better than you, right? Like there's going to be doing something at a different level or whatever. So if you get obsessed with that chase, it's good to motivate yourself. But if you get so obsessed with it that it's a detractor for you, then I think you'd understand that can become a detriment. So what do you need to do? You need to focus on what's important to you, for you to feel successful, for you to feel like you're thriving, for what's going to take for you to do the things that you want to in this life. All right. So that's what I want to tell you guys for challenge week. Like, don't make your goal 1,500 because I said 1,500. Like, yeah, I want you to get on stage, but some of you guys might be pumped to sell $1,000 for the week or have your first $500 week if you haven't had one before. And then there's some of you that 1,500 is way too small. Right? $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 weeks are going to be more up your alley, what you're shooting for. So don't just necessarily do it based on what I'm saying, what somebody else is saying. It's got to be personal for you, of course. So it says, in war or a big game where teams are battling, it's important that everyone does their job. If everyone does their job, we accomplish the goal. Right? So I want to challenge everybody in the room that when you start working for challenge week, like your results matter this week, like your trimmer counts this week. Your next galley set counts. Your next homemaker set counts, right? Someone needs to drop a Cutco kitchen this week, right? Someone needs to sell the first Ulta this week. Someone needs to get some cookware this week, right? But somebody's going to get a trimmer this week, right? Someone's just had a rough week and they're like, Evan, I got a trimmer. It's like, thanks. Like, that's great. Like, that helps. Every little bit helps for us to be able to achieve our goals as a team. But we're only as strong as our weakest link. So pull your weight for sure, but focus on what you can do. Focus on what you can accomplish. I think that's really, really important. But I want you guys to think about what victory means to you and what's a worthy battle for you. And the last point I have for you is heart wins battles. Okay. So when a couple of years ago, I got really obsessed with doing jujitsu. And I went and trained for like 2 years, and it was really great. And I got my ass kicked most nights by people in black belts and brown belts and stuff like that would just wrap me up and basically murk me every single night. But I loved it because it was super challenging. And one of the ways that I could sometimes win against these individuals was what? I could just out hustle and outwork them and just try to have my engine run a little bit longer. And that would allow me to try to get to better positions. But one of the brands of jiu-jitsu that I always liked is a brand called Hyperfly. And their slogan is, you can't teach heart. And I always really liked that slogan because what you have in here is basically going to be the measure of you as a human, as an individual. But nobody knows what's in there until you've actually shown it. So the reason why I like to talk about this for battles is because I want you guys to go for these challenge weeks, not just because I want you to sell a lot of Cutco. Sometimes I have reps say that to me, like, you just having a contest because you want me to sell a lot. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, that's our job. We're trying to move as many knife sets as we possibly can. Hello, welcome to what we do. But at the same time, that is not as important to me as what you get out of what you go after for challenge week. Because a lot of times we work with such a young demographic with students that have never challenged themselves, never pushed themselves, never really gone to battle before. Some of you guys have. Some of you've had some really like significant and harrowing experiences in your life, and you can draw from those to be better in these moments. But oftentimes I work with people who are like, Evan, I've never challenged myself. Sometimes like I've never woken up at 7 o'clock every day and got after it till like 10 o'clock at night for a significant amount of time. And my argument is that you don't know about yourself until you go through those moments, okay? Some of the best moments of my life have been when I've worked 0 hours in a week. Correct? Like, aren't those nice weeks? Like, what am I doing there? I'm on vacation with my wife, with Annie, like doing zero work. It's amazing. I love those. And then also some of my best moments in my life are like the 120-hour work weeks, right? They're tough in the moment, but it adds value because if I go through those things, it's going to make me better when life struggles happen later on. Just like for Jace, you want to push yourself for challenge week so you can see when you're made it, right? Because heart's going to win battles for you guys. It's going to take you to different levels. So I want to challenge you guys to show your heart. And it's not just about what your CPO number is. It's about pushing yourself, right, to seeing what you can actually accomplish. And there's a difference, right? So when you guys make phone calls right now, how many calls can you make? How many calls can you make in 30 or 40 minutes? A lot is an answer. Okay, let's say 20. Let's say 30, right? But what happens when some people make 10 phone calls and they were going to make 20? What happens for some people? They actually stop making those calls. Why? Nobody picks up. They had a customer is negative. Customer didn't pick, whatever the case is, and they stop doing that. But in those little micro moments of our life are where we're defined, right? Making that 11th call is really important because it's not about selling a homemaker set. It's not about doing another demo. It's about having a goal and working through those moments, right? And pick up the phone for number 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 because you don't want to, if you give up at 11, then you start giving up at those types of opportunities in other areas of your life too that are going to matter a hell of a lot more than just working with Cutco, let's say, for the summertime as a representative. But that's what we want to train yourself for those little moments where you can be great. Like tomorrow morning, your alarm clock's going to go off, right? And then there's a decision that needs to be made in that moment, right? Like getting up or not getting up, making the extra call, doing the extra demo. Like I want you to start to be able to strengthen yourself in those ways and be able to show yourself and show your heart in these battles, okay? So I want to challenge you guys to go for those because I'll be going for it. My management staff will be going for it. And I encourage you guys to put your best effort in as well, too. We need everybody on the team to accomplish our goals for Challenge Week and accomplish our goals for the push period, okay? So food for thought for you guys tonight. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys your opportunity here for calls. If anybody could you help me? Okay, does anybody need one of our session sheet here? And you guys should all have one with you because it's part of the process. If this is your first team meeting, and you weren't at AT1 or 2 or whatever, there's a good chance you don't have that thing yet. So you guys will need one if it's your first event. But you need that to be able to keep track of your calls. So Bianca will hook you up. Does anybody need a weekly anybody need a weekly scheduling sheet as well too? Okay, so raise your hand. Bianca can hook you up with one of those. Here you go. I'll give you two extras. All right, chance anyone? Okay, so you guys, this is you're in your fast start contest. You have it all the way through for 12 days. But after this, you guys want to have these ones, all right? So if you guys, by the way, are totally digital calendar people, that's fine. But I would recommend having a few things written out just so you can see it visually and where customers live and all those types of things. So if you are if you're going to be digital, 100% it's cool. But as a rep, I always liked having a snapshot of my week. I always thought that was really important to me, okay? Help me stay on track, help me hit my targets. So for the schedule this week, you guys, tomorrow, the office will be open all day. We have Champions Club tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., okay? So you can be here for Champs Club if you want to push yourself in the morning and make some calls in the morning. On Thursday night, we have AT2 for fast starters, and I also have our D3D and key staff meeting, and then we'll be also phone jamming on Thursday night as well. Friday and Saturday are just great days for demonstrations. Champs Club's at 8. The Saturday, it's at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're here on Saturdays, by the way, you guys, I always have breakfast in the morning on Saturdays. Okay, I always have bagels and cream cheese. So if you guys come in, it's always on me. If you want to come in, but just let Armando know so I can make sure I get enough bagels for you guys as well. Also, we have a new training group that's starting on Friday. Okay, I'm really excited about him. I think it's gonna be great. It's just Brandon, but hopefully it's great. A great group of people. If you guys want to pop by on Friday and meet the new training class, that's really helpful. I'd love to introduce you to the new group if you guys want to pop by on Friday as well. All right. And then on Sunday, you can do demos in the morning, but we're going to be meeting at the office on Sunday for a quick little pre-meeting at 11:45. Okay. So at 11:45 on Sunday before the division meeting starts, we're gonna get together. The attire for the division meeting is sharp. Okay. So like guys, if you have suits and ties, sport them. Okay, it's a professional work event. It's something that's going to go on your resume. I would say, ladies, kind of whatever the equivalent of that is. If you have suits, or if you have blouses and like longer skirts or pantsuits and stuff like that, is totally fine. Prom dress is not okay. All right, and I say that. Sorry, Armando. Okay, so none for you. I actually say that for a reason because I have shown up at an event before where that person was not informed and they wore that, right? So you go, how would you do that? Well, I'm saying it just for a reason. So you want to look sharp. You want to look crisp. No jeans and stuff like that. You want to be looking most professional that you have for that event on Sunday. Yes,
So
ma'am.
11:45 here.
11:45 here. Yeah, it's great. And the East San Diego will be here too, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna be. I got some raffle stuff for tonight. So first thing I have for tonight, you guys, is anybody that that you book a demo. Okay, you get a raffle ticket for tonight. So make sure that you see Armando. He's going to have the raffle tickets. Anybody that helps a friend get scheduled for an interview, like I helped Allie with a couple friends today. We have a lot of people that are coming in for interviews, and you have a friend that wants to come in. Awesome, we'd love to interview them. So you get a raffle ticket for that. Anybody that is a triple play, like we do every single week, you can use our Snapchat filter that we have during the team meeting from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. I always have the filter live in the office, so you can use ours if you'd like to. All right. So if you want anybody that posts on that, show Armando, and then boom, you get that. Okay. And then what I'm going to be raffling off tonight, I got a couple things. I got pop sockets. I have shanks. I have peelers. I'm going to have some steak knives. And then I have some super shear sheaths. So I'll raffle off a couple different items for people to win. And then I do have some a pair of Del Mar Fair tickets. Okay. So for you and somebody else too. So I'm going to raffle off a pair of those as well tonight. All right. So hopefully you win those, but only one person can win. So we're not doing the wheel tonight. It's just like if you get pulled, then you win. All right. So Armando's going to have the tickets. When you guys make your calls, find your happy place. Okay. Find wherever you'd like to do. The only rule is I only got a portion of you guys on the board that were here early. Vinny, Ali, Shakita, Erica, Alicia, Bianca. You guys are already up there. Maybe Alicia or Erica or Bianca, somebody will be at the backboard. Just let them know your name and goal for tonight. And then I'll pull people back in I don't know, 30, 40 minutes or so, and I'll wrap up the meeting. We'll get done a little bit before 6 o'clock for sure tonight. And then those of you guys that have demonstrations tonight, that's great. 6 o'clock, 6:30, 8 o'clock demonstrations are perfect, okay? But the challenge week is on, so focus on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I would strongly recommend never scheduling demos on Thursday night, okay? Don't schedule demos on Thursday night because it's such good phone time for the morning. And my staff will get some photos of you guys that have big paychecks and stuff like that, so you have documentation in the back. All right, so that's it. See Bianca in the back. She will get you up, and then you guys can make your calls wherever you like. Armando is somewhere close by, and I will give him raffle tickets, and he's good to go. Here you go. Have a nice hand, sir. And then Brandon, you can stay. But if you want to, you start working on your
Okay. Yeah. I'm about probably 13. I got like 5 more things to add.
No. That's a great start. Yeah. So just start. And during training, I'm going to help you guys with the time.
Okay. Awesome.
But just so you have something that you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait. That can do it, but actually, that was really cool, right? Gosh, that's a cool one.
We sell the sheets.
No, we don't like customers or whatever. No. Yeah. Cool. And I'll give you one as soon as we get done. I just want to recognize you for everybody. Yeah, thank you for reminding me because I would 100% forgot.